All right, next on the list would be the chin spoiler scoops, which this outline, I'm gonna cut it out and then bring a scoop into the X pipe. So it kind of showcases that, also brings a little bit of air to the engine, a little bit more air. And then of course right here, I'll add another piece of brass to kind of tie everything in on the front. So yeah, on to the next project. All right, the front fairing is welded in. I will go back and blend all the welds so you don't see those welds, and then cut this piece all buttoned in there, if it'll stay. So I'll put the LEDs in, so I'm gonna have running lights and brake lights similar to those ones. So let's get those put in and see what it looks like. All right, next to tackle would be to replace this brass piece. As you can see, the difference in the spacing and the thickness of the brass that I've made on everything else. I made this 7 or 8 years ago when I first started on this bike, and yeah, I'm just gonna do something similar to the front where I'm gonna recess it in, put some acrylic, some LED, running lights and brake lights. Also, kind of my whole goal with this bike is to the least amount of bolts shown, the better. I mean, you're gonna have your bolts on carbs and engine and everything else, but as for the body, I want everything to look flush and seamless. That's why I've been not recessing, but that's why I've been putting bolts on the back of all my brass pieces. So I'm gonna do something similar to this piece. Craftsman approved. All right, once I get the blinkers, running lights put in place right here, the brass is gonna be recessed into the bike, which isn't gonna allow anyone from behind the bike to see my blinkers. So what I ended up doing is getting a 3/4 inch, I might even go an inch, we'll see, 3/4 inch piece of plexiglass. And so I will router out 2 sections that fit perfectly into these 2 slots, which will make the it'll make the plexiglass protrude out 1/4 inch, which will allow people from behind me to see my blinkers.